What happened to the 9 billion?
So the reduction of 6.5 billion was proposed by the Senate.
So that's on record that it was the Senate.
And who proposes?
Kailangan po siguro natin tanungin ay ang Senate, what happened, saan dinala. It happened during sa BICAM, and after BICAM, that's where it got lost.
Yun po ang nakalagay sa press statement ni Senator Marcos po.
Kailangan po natin masecure yung ating pong mamahirap ng mga kababayan. And by doing so, we have to find out the root of all of this problem. Dito sa presentation mo, you have, I have noticed that you have consultative meeting with the DBM on January 29, 2024. What transpired with that meeting?
Basically, nag-worry ho kasi kami dito sa wala yung kulang natin.
Na deficit.
Unappropriated 9 billion. Nag-worry ho kami diyan kasi nagko-comply na lahat. In 1 to 2 weeks right after Holy Week, tapos na yung compliance. And of course, our beneficiaries will start looking for their grants. Kasi
Yes.
nabayaran na natin yung iba, last I mentioned. So a big chunk of this will start saying, oh, complied na kami, but ayaw nyo kami bayaran. And between us, mahirap sabihin na hindi man namin alam paano ipapaliwanag. So to
Okay,
speak.
Mr. Secretary, for more clarity, so this 9 billion that we are talking about, that you have a discussion with DBM, are exactly on education grant, on rice subsidy, and the
Health,
health.
yes.
So this is the totality of that 9 billion that is unappropriated right now. Ano pong sinabi ng DBM?
If I read it, the 106 billion appropriated herein for the Pantawid Pamilya shall be used to support poverty reduction and social development strategy of the national government, provided that the 4 Ps covered are eligible beneficiaries under section blah blah blah. The said amount includes cash grants, rice subsidy, and the other grants thereof. The above mentioned beneficiaries are compliant. In our opinion kasi, as long as compliant ka, and then beneficiary ka, you're covered by this. Meaning we can use our contention, and we're probably not right, I'm sure we're not. The current appropriation, plano namin sana gamitin for the previous payable.
It was included as well in the National Expenditure Program. The budget of
Yes,
in
correct.
the NEP for
Correct.
2024, it was included,
Both for 2023
and 2024, it was included.
Yes.
So in other words, it passed through the Congress. So we have seen the appropriated amount that was written on the NEP. So what happened to the 9 billion that now you are asking if we were able to appropriate on our side about this 9 billion pesos that was written on the NEP?
Okay, Mr. Chair, I can't assume what happened. Basta all we know is that when we submitted our NEP, our proposal, it was there.
Yes.
Kasi we have a rough estimate of, di ba, we're assuming that all 4.4 will comply. So when we submit it, buo po yun. Now, what happens inside Congress, we're not privy to it. So, yun ako, I'm afraid I cannot I cannot hypothesize. But one thing I can say, in the national expenditure, when we submitted it, mas malaki.
What will happen if ever na hindi natin tumalagyan ng 9 billion for this year, in the next year that you will be submitting your budget for 2025, how much will be the deficit?
Mr. Chair, I can give you a bird's eye view. No? Yung 9 billion na yun, a big chunk of that are education grants. No? A big chunk of that are education grants. Halo-halo siya, pero malaking porsyento nun are education grants. I'll just give you the data collated for the past couple of years. Because of that education grant, 81% of the beneficiaries registered better school enrollment. Ibig sabihin na i-engganyo silang paaralin yung mga anak nila, papasukin yung mga anak nila, kasi may grant.
Yeah.
A lot of them have shown, 81% of them have shown at good attendance and enrollment. Number 2, 89% of them, dahil nasa school sila, nakakakuha ng deworming. And these are very vital interventions that we envisioned when this program was created. So kung hindi natin, I can only assume na pag hindi natin mababayaran yung education grant, tatamarin, pangit man pakinggan yung word na tatamarin, suddenly they'll go back to the, di ba, we're correcting a behavior here. we're telling them, pag pinapasok mo yung anak mo, marirealize mo na para sa'yo yan, pero may konting insentibo o tulong pang gastos. Eh pag hindi na natin yan mabibigay, baka mag-regress sila pabalik.
Might happen again in the next budget hearing, and it worries us because marami tayong 4-piece beneficiaries doon po sa Santa Rosa at sa buong lalawigan ng Laguna, and we are trying to secure. Kailangan po natin ma-secure yung ating pong mamahirap ng mga kababayan, and by doing so, we have to find out the root of all of this problem.
I will share with you information from the committee report of the Senate, which shows that the amendment came from them. So the reduction of 6.5 billion was proposed by the Senate.
So that's on record that it was the Senate.
And who proposes that cut out of that budget
Well,
cutting from the DSWD department?
Hindi naka-indicate which particular member. Ang naka-indicate lang sa report would be the department.
But was it proposed by the lower house or was it?
This is the Senate. This is the Senate report. So sa Senate,
Mr. Chairman, can we possibly get a copy of that because we are not privy on that issue?
So the amendment was done at the Senate.
Mr. Chair, maybe we're asking the wrong people on this matter. Ang kailangan po siguro natin tanungin ay ang Senate, what happened, saan dinala? It happened during sa BICAM, and after BICAM, that's where it got lost. Sir, it has been happening. Believe me, I was a DSWD secretary even just for 6 months. I've learned a lot of things. Na nawawala po ang pondo pagdating sa BICAM, pag akyat po sa Senado, nawawala. And lo and behold, napupunta na lang kung saan-saan. Not in the AGA, napupunta po kung saan-saan. Believe me.
Nakasulat dito sa isang press statement sa Senado, nakalagay po dyan, recommend ang pagtapyas ng 8 billion dahil nga daw mababa yung utilization rate, and ini-align ito sa mga ibang programa which are Kalay Seeds, AIX, tsaka sa mga quick response natin sa mga calamity. So sa madaling salita po, yun po ang nakalagay sa press statement ni Senator Marcos po, kasi siya po yung naging sponsor ng budget ng DSWD.